Hi there, it's Mel from Illamasqua and I am going to be talking to you guys all about nude lips. We have two new exciting lipstick formulas available at Illamasqua that come in a wide range of colours, but they have their fair share of beautiful nudes. These two formulas are completely different, but I'm going to show you how to choose the right colour and also how to apply these two different formulas. The first one is Sheer Veil, which as the name suggests, this is a sheer cover, but it does have a really beautiful sheen to it and it's super moisturising. It's like wearing a tinted lip balm with just a little bit more colour. This one, Ultra Matte, is the complete opposite. This one is velvety matte, full colour payoff, but this is not a dry matte. This is super comfortable and cushioned. So we're going to try both of these colours on. Before we do, I want to take a moment to talk through nude lipsticks and how to choose the right one before applying this one, which is called Bare. So when you're choosing your perfect nude, you really need to have a think about what you want this nude to be like, because it can mean so many different things to different people. To many, a nude lipstick is a colour that's the same colour as your skin, so you get a kind of washed out 60s kind of vibe. To others, it can be trying to find a lipstick that's literally the same colour as their lips. But nude lipsticks can also be used as kind of a generalised term just to describe light coloured, pinky, peachy tones. So you really need to have a think about what you want the nude lipstick to look like. Here we have some options which are all considered nude, and these are a combination of our two new lipsticks, Sheer Veil and Ultra Matte, and I'm going to show you how different these are. So the first one here is Maple. It's the colour that I've got on. It's more of a warm peachy tone, and this one here is Pose. So these colours, because they're sheer, the natural lip colour is going to come through, and these are going to look great on light to medium skin tones. If your skin is a little bit cooler, more yellow, golden, olive toned, this is going to be really great. This one here, Pose, is going to look better on maybe warmer, rosa, pinker tones, but really you can kind of swap. It doesn't matter. Like I said, with nude lipsticks they're a little bit more forgiving. This colour here is called Obsess. This one would be great on medium to deep dark skin tones, because you can see it's quite a browny colour, but it's sheer and it's got a really beautiful gloss, so the natural lip colour is going to come through, like I said. At the bottom here we've got Ultra Matte, and you can really see the difference in payoff. It's got a stronger colour payoff and it's got zero shine, that kind of velvet matte finish. This one here is Dusk. It's a warm, beautiful brown. That's going to look great on light to medium skin tones. Even deeper skin tones could probably get away with that one as well. Really beautiful, warm colour. This one here is Bare. You can see it's got a little bit more of a pinkiness to it. So again, this is going to look good on light to medium to deep skin tones. It really depends on what you mean by a nude. And this one here is called Souffle. And again, this is a real deeper skin tone. I could wear a colour like this, it would look absolutely fine, but I'd be getting more into wearing a brown colour rather than nude. But on a deeper skin tone, that is going to look an incredible nude. So now that we've talked about the different colours, I'm now going to apply Bare in the Ultra Matte, which is the velvety matte full colour payoff. The first thing I like to do is make sure that my lips are in really good condition. So I've got a little bit of lip balm, but I'm going to blot it off because we don't want it too slippy and slidey when we're applying the lipstick. So I'm simply taking a tissue and just blotting away the excess. Now, because we're applying a nude, I'm going to use some foundation just to take away my natural lip line. And I normally do this with nearly every lip that I create, but with this one, I'm just going to go a little bit heavier. So this is not an extra layer of product, but just a really fine dusting. And the reason why it's important when you're doing a nude is if your lips are actually naturally quite pink, it's going to affect the colour. So I'm just going to kind of dust that over. You can see I've left this area here free, so it's not a heavy layer, but it's just taking it back to my natural skin tone. So the next step I always like to do when I'm creating a lip look is to use a little bit of highlighter. This is Beyond Liquid Highlighter in OMG. It's like a really gorgeous champagne colour, and the reason why I'm using it is I'm just going to use it on my Cupid's bow just to create a little bit of a light reflection, and it gives the illusion of a fuller pout. So you don't have to do this step, but if you have any highlighter at home, maybe a powder, you can just dust a slight amount just onto that area there. And again, I'm using the same brush I used before because I just want it to be really light. So the next step is lip liner, and the reason why I like to use this is because it gives a really clean shape, and if you fill your lips in, you can make your lipstick last longer as well. So for me, it's a real win-win. Now, when it comes to colour, you need to be a little bit wary. So this is the lipstick I'm going to be applying, which is Bare Ultra Matte. And you can see it's that gorgeous nude colour. Now at the top, I've got a lip liner called Raw, which is like a peachy, again it's nude, but it's got a slightly warm undertone to it. And then this one here is Undressed, which is quite similar, but it's just a little bit pink and a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to go for this one here, because if I use this one, it's going to change the colour of the lipstick and potentially make it a little bit darker, which for some people might be absolutely fine, but I'm going to go for this one just because I want to keep it this kind of true colour and just warm it up ever so slightly. So you need to bear in mind that with lipstick, while they don't have to be the exact same colour, if you go too deep or you go in a completely different colour, it is going to affect the finished look, which sometimes can be a good thing because you can make your own kind of lip colour with lipstick and liner, but I'm going to keep quite true to this colour. So I'm going to use Raw, and I've made sure that my pencil is nice and sharp, which is really, really important, so you get a really nice clean edge. And I'm just going to go in, and I always like to start at the Cupid's bow because that's one of the most important areas. So I've done my lip liner, and I've actually filled in the entire lip, which is something I like to do just to create a little bit more long wear. What's really interesting about a nude lip is when you're lining, you don't have to be quite as precise as when you're doing a bold colour, so you can do it quite quickly. It's a little bit more forgiving. Now that I've got the lip liner on, I can go straight in and apply my new Ultra Matte lipstick. Now, I could actually apply this straight from the bullet, but I'm going to use a brush. I just find that you use a lot less product and you just get a cleaner application. I'm using my trusty concealer brush, which I love for applying lips. And what I do is I load that brush up, and then basically I like to start in the corner and kind of drag it out. And you can see how intense that colour is. Now this formula is quite rich in colour, so a little goes a long way, but you can kind of see how I use the brush just to get really close to the lip line and to the lip liner that I've applied. But it has a really nice cushion feel. So one of my top tips for creating a really clean, beautiful looking lip is to use a little bit of concealer after you've applied the lipstick. So this is Skin Base Pen, which is a liquid concealer. It's one of my faves. I use it under my eyes, blemishes, wherever I need to. And I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush and I'll just take it around the edge of the lip line. And that creates a little bit of a cleaner edge, but it also creates a bit of contrast between the lipstick and your skin. And I just take it really close, but make sure it doesn't touch, otherwise you'll get a bit of a smudge. And just go backwards and forwards. So my lips are done, and I'm just going to finish my look off by applying a little bit more blusher. What I find interesting is when you do a lip look, if you've done your makeup already, like your eyes and your skin, and you put your lip on, sometimes you can feel like you just need a little bit more bronzer or blusher. I'm going to go in and put a little bit of Allure in, which is the colour I was wearing before. It's like a warm pink with like gold shimmer in it. It's really pretty. But I'm only going to add just a small amount just to kind of give my skin a little bit of a lift. And guys, that's it, how to create a matte nude lipstick using our new Ultra Matte in Bare. I love this velvety formula. It's really comfortable to wear and there's no shine whatsoever. But remember, if you buy a lipstick that is matte, you can always make it glossy for those times when you want to mix it up a little bit by using a clear gloss on top, and that's not going to affect the colour. Now that you guys have seen Ultra Matte in Bare, I'm going to apply Sheer Veil lipstick in Maple, which is the complete opposite. This is, like I said before, super sheer. It's like a balm, really moisturising, but it's got a really nice sheen. So it's a very different kind of lipstick. Now, the first thing I like to do, like before, put a little bit of lip balm and I'm going to blot it off. So I'm going to go in again with my foundation just to kind of erase my natural lip line. And actually with the sheer veils, this is super important because if you're wearing a nude lipstick that's going to be sheer and going to be glossy, your natural lip colour is going to come through. So if you're somebody who's actually got quite pink natural lips, it's going to affect the actual colour payoff. Again, you don't want it to be too heavy though, because otherwise you'll start slipping and sliding and it will really affect the colour. So I'm just going to dust that over again. I'm now going to apply some lip liner, and I want to show you guys my options. So this is my lipstick in Maple, and what I've got here is Raw. That's the colour I used before with the Ultra Matte, and it actually worked really well with this one as well. This one here is Undressed. It's a little bit pinker, it's a bit deeper, and if I was to wear it with the Maple, it's basically going to change the colour a little bit. It's going to make it a bit deeper, a bit more pink, which is not such a bad thing, because like I said before, you can mix lipsticks and liners to kind of create different colours, which, you know, you can basically create your own bespoke lipstick. I think I'm going to use this one though, which is Exposed. It's a little bit lighter than the actual sheer veil, but I'm not worried too much about that. I love this colour, so I really want it to shine through. So again, I'm making sure that my lipstick is nice and sharp so I get a really clean payoff, and I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to line the lips and I'm going to fill them out, and I'm not going to worry too much about them being super neat, because remember, it's a nude, it's a little bit more forgiving. I'm now going to apply the Maple Sheer Veil lipstick. Now, because it's a nude, I could actually go in and apply it straight from the bullet. It's super easy. I probably won't even need a mirror. But I want to be a little fancy, and I'm going to use my brush just because I do want to get quite a nice clean edge with this. So I'm going to get my lip brush again, really coat it with the product. And then again, I'm starting on the edge and kind of pulling it through. So my lips are done, and I'm just gonna touch up my blusher. So before I was wearing Bare Ultra Matte, which had a little bit more of a pinky tone, and I teamed it with Allure blusher. Now, because I've got more of a peachy colour on my lips, it's very similar to my skin tone, I'm gonna use this blusher here, which is called Lover. It's like a peachy apricot colour. And I'm just gonna go in and just warm up my skin tone just to kind of bring my skin to life again. I love to match my lipstick to my blusher. I think it's really important because it creates a sense of harmony on the face. And I sometimes leave this till the end so you can get a real sense of like what makeup you've got on and how much makeup you've got on and how much kind of warmth you need adding in. And that's it, how to create the perfect nude lip, really taking into consideration the colour and the formula based on our two new exciting formulas, Ultra Matte and Sheer Veil.